Good evening and welcome to Cigar Smoker UK. Tonight I'm going to have a look at this, which is the Le Fin Lame cigar knife. Let's see that review. So here we are. I'm going to do an unboxing, although it's not pure unboxing because I've had this a while now. But this is how the box comes. It says Le Fin Lame. I don't know whether I'm saying that right. And this is the Le Petit. And on the side here it says they've got it in plum. And then it's got a little French flag on there too. They're very patriotic about this. But what do you get in your box? I'll take off the lid. Comes nicely packaged. Nice in this nice piece of foam. A little pull-out insert, and there you have your knife. Well, let's pull that up there. What else do you get where you take away the packaging? And underneath, you've got your lifetime warranty. This also came with this big sticker. I don't know where I'm going to put that. I might put that on my laptop. Some instructions, and it is key that you read the instructions for this knife, because if you do cut your cigar the wrong way, then it's going to make a mess of it. So it is important to read these instructions and actually just check what you're doing is right. And then there are a couple of other little stickers. Very nice little touch. And then there is a tool for undoing your cigar knife, because you can change the blade, although it's only for this end of the blade, obviously not this end. This doesn't actually fit the smaller one, I don't think. No, it's just for the big one, because that's the blade that needs changing. That one takes the, so if you need to take the blade out to sharpen it or change it, or you want to put a different blade in, then there we go. Right, that's enough about the box. So there we go. This is the cigar knife itself. And as you can see, it's kind of like a bit of a cutthroat razor style, because you've got this bit that sticks out, and then when you swing it around, it goes into here. So I'll just show you around. There we go. So if you wanted to use it as a knife, I guess you could. It is extremely sharp. I don't know whether I'd put my finger in there. I suppose you could if you kept your fingers down on it and make sure it doesn't move. But I suppose if you wanted to trim your cigar in some way, or I'm going to say this, you could even use it for pipe tobacco, for flake cut pipe tobacco. I suppose it has got a fairly straight edge here, which would be good for chopping up that tobacco. So I said you must read the instructions before you start using this, mainly because if you don't put the cigar in the right side, it will blunt the cigar. So it has to go in the side with the logo facing outwards. So as I'm smoking the H. Upmann half Corona this evening, I thought, well, what a great cigar to just line it up with. So let's think, how much do we want to take off this? Probably not that much. The top of the cap is enough. And then you literally just snip. And there we go. Nice clean cut. Sharp knife, put the blade away, and then we can dispose of the little cap. That's probably just about right for me. Take any more off and you kind of, if you take too much of this bit off where the cap is the triple cap, then the cigar starts to unravel, so you want to avoid that. There we go. So that's cutting a cigar with it. Now we'll just talk about this a little bit more, and I'll flip around to the other way. So the knife itself I got on sale. It was €66, and that was half price on a Black Friday sale. Normally you're looking around, well, this must have been 120, but I can only find them now for €140 on the site there. Do I think this is worth 140 euros is the main question I'd be asking myself. I didn't mind paying 66. It was kind of like a little moving into my new house present for me. Advantages over, say, a £30 Cigar cutter. The first one being is at least you can sharpen this knife. Cigar, if you want to sharpen the blade, you've got to faff around, you've got to send it off, and ultimately that does leave you without your cigar cutter for a while. The good thing about this is if you know how to sharpen knives, this is just a bladed knife, you can get your sharpener out and sharpen this. I'm not sure who would trust themselves to do it, but if you know what you're doing. You can also buy replacement blades. I'm sure they're not cheap, but there we go. This is a luxury accessory. This is not, if you're looking for your first cutter, I certainly wouldn't buy this. I would buy this once you start to get into the hobby and smoking cigars and enjoying it. This is something for when you are thinking, I want to treat myself. They do lots of different things, and I think I saw one that was like 500 euros, which was a limited edition Havana one. The reason cigar accessories are so expensive is because there really isn't that many cigar smokers in the world, and therefore that makes the accessories quite expensive, because it's a niche market, especially with things like this. Because why would you go and buy this when you could buy an equally good cutter like the Calibri V cut or a Cigar XI cutter for around 30 to 40 pounds, significantly cheaper. But who said cigar smoking was a cheap business? It's a luxury hobby, and cigars are not cheap. Even cheap cigars aren't cheap. So my advice is, if you're thinking about getting one of these, only buy it if you are really into cigars and this is something you're going to use. I cut several cigars with this now and I really like it. I think the cut on it is superb, and I prefer it already to the double bladed guillotine cutter. I think you get a much smoother cut and there's no bulging. The one thing that people will do is they cut it on this side and it can cause the cigar to tear just from the way that the knife is done. So the angle is on that side and the straight side is on this side. So you want the straight side to be cutting down the edge of the cigar, otherwise that's why people get uneven cuts. So there we go. The Le Fin Lem, I'm not even sure I'm saying that right, but there we go. Knife, cigar knife. Good product, very well made, feels nice and heavy in the hand. Would I buy another one? Probably, because I'm a sucker for this kind of thing. Would I recommend it to you? Like I said, only if you're really into this and you think you're going to be smoking cigars for a long time. There you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and found it informative. I'll pop a link to the website to this down in the box below. Any questions, give me a shout, or of course, if you've got one and you want to talk about it, drop a comment or drop a message on Instagram. Anyway, till next time, see you around.